Sagittarius, hello and welcome back. This week I am doing a 5-minute love reading for August 8th until August 14th, 2021. This will of course be a general reading, so it might not resonate for you, which is totally okay. Take the things that are for you, leave the rest behind. Let's get into your higher vibes. If you have not done so already, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to this channel, maybe like this video, or share it with a friend. It really does go a long way, and I have a hard time holding my cards right now, and immense gratitude for all of you sharing your time and energy with me. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius in love. Okay. Do we have here? 9 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. Sagittarius, really feeling to me like we're maybe recently going through a breakup. And it's been challenging for you, more than I think you're willing to admit, honestly. Your card that came out here is the 9 of Swords, feeling really stressed out, feeling overwhelmed, finding ourselves like thinking about this separation more than we want to, more than we care to say. We care more than we care to say even. So spending a lot of time thinking about this person despite not wanting to seem like we're thinking about this person, and like reliving it and reeling in it. And for them, 3 of Cups energy here. So I see somebody who's, spending their time going through this healing process by getting closer to their other people, by spending time with their friends, with their loved ones, with their family, just trying to keep people around them that make them feel together. But there's some definite sort of hostility going on. There's a lot of defensiveness between the two of you. It's like this person is seeking protection in their group of people, not from you, just like from themselves, so they don't have to deal with it. Whereas like you're dealing with this, and I feel, Sagittarius, you're likely dealing with it on your own and very stoically, because again, you don't want anybody to recognize or see the pain that you're in. It's a sign of weakness that you're not willing to be showing. So yeah, I think like when the two of you talk, it's always kind of like snippy and quippy. Because you're both feeling hurt and you're both feeling defensive, and you don't have a healthy way of talking about that with one another right now. But with, 2 9s on the board here, I think we're approaching the end of this period, honestly. Let's do some clarifying on the 9 of Swords on your card here. Two of Materials, 10 of Emotions. Oh, yeah. You're feeling all out of whack, Sagittarius. I think it's like for the first time you were feeling like you were with the right person at the right time, and it was something that could be lasting and something that could be enduring. And it was like finally you'd found somebody who it's like meeting your match, like that person that can meet your energy and balance it out. And so now being without them, you're feeling really hurt, you're feeling pain, and like I felt like it was finally right, and now I'm hurting. And so instead of finding a way to talk in a healthy way about this hurt that I'm feeling, to share my emotions with this person, to tell them that for me, they were that person that, I saw as being a long-term option, that I saw as being the right balance for who I am, I'm going to behave by being defensive. I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be mean to them because I'm coming from this place of hurt, and I don't know how to be just like vulnerable with them. And there's no shame in that. I think vulnerability is a very challenging thing. It's something we have to learn and something we have to practice with the people we love. When things really matter to you and we're not able to be vulnerable about it, then like that's how we can maybe permanently lose them. So keep that in mind too. We'll look at this 3 of Cups for their energy here. Page of Voices, 5 of Inspiration. Yeah, this person is really trying to remove their feelings from everything. It's like they're trying to be distracted by being around other people, by just engaging in conversations that aren't really about much of anything, in an effort simply to like avoid the problems, to avoid talking about them, to avoid talking about their feelings, to avoid engaging in conversation with you. The energy here is that you are like very in this emotionally right now. You are hurting in a very deep way. and you've removed yourself from other people so that you can just like have that hurt, have that feeling happening. And this person's going the other way. They're avoiding at all costs having to talk about the problems. They just want to be around people that are going to make them feel good and, you know, not going to force them into, you know, talking about what they're feeling. Let's look at the connection in this Nine of Wands. 10 of Materials and the Queen of Emotions. So I don't know. I'm not sure that all is lost here, but it's going to take one of you putting down the weapons, okay? Like, we need to have a conversation. We can't keep avoiding each other. We need to talk openly about how we feel about one another. Because there is energy here of long-term want, of long-term longing, of the possibility for a relationship that can endure, and a relationship that has a lot of love in it. But we're dealing with two people that don't know how to communicate about that. One of you is very avoidant, and one of you is very like brooding in it, where you're punishing yourself. You're making yourself suffer more and more and more, Sagittarius, because, you know, that's what you think is called for here. It'd be too weak to share with somebody else that like, I'm in pain, or to share with the person that hurt you. So I don't think this is necessarily the end of this relationship. I think we're dealing with, you know, a pause, a break, a fight. But I mean, your partner or ex-partner or whatever it is needs to find a way to stop avoiding, but you have to be direct with them. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. And, you know, worst case scenario, the result remains the same and you're still in this place of hurt. And best case scenario, Sagittarius, is that you're willing to be vulnerable. You're willing to share your emotions with this other person and give them a chance to meet you in the middle so that we can move towards that long-term sort of happiness and stability again. Or you stay in that same state, which you're already in. Okay, so there's nothing to lose in that. But know there's a lot of feelings here, and know there's a lot of potential for this to be a really rooted relationship. If we can put down our defenses, if we can stop being petty and stop fighting with one another, and talk openly and not avoid it, and then speak directly to it. I hope that was helpful to you, Sagittarius. I'll see you next week.